Alright, welcome back. It's time to get back to our driveway repair project, and I did just a little bit of camera. So I patched the biggest holes in the concrete blocks right here on top, just very rough. So and yeah, as you can see, I cleaned up most of the other things. So what we're going to do, or at least what I would like to do right now, is to do some prep work for resurfacing of these pieces, and that will involve some masking tape and cleaning up in general. So what I would like to do is to get this narrow piece as a single one, just resurface it, put some surfacer on top. I don't know if it's gonna work that well, because you see, like, there are individual blocks as a substrate. I don't know if it's gonna crack. We'll see. I mean, so far in the previous installation there were no really cracks along those lines, so that might be fine. It doesn't seem to be moving in this direction. It's really along these long seams or joints. So we'll see. Regardless, if that part is not going to work, it's going to be localized just here, and then I'll have to think about something else to do about that part. And then the part about resurfacing this piece will probably be a bit later. But for now, I'm going to do some masking and general prep work around this area. So, as in many other things like painting, drywalling, concrete work, the prep work is very important. So you want to clean up the whole area from, well, flaking concrete, all dust, all kinds of junk, and make sure you have a solid surface to bond to. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Again, for this piece I don't need to do as much, because I have done it already off camera before I put these patches on, but we'll do a little bit regardless. First, if you're doing it for the top level driveway that have been exposed to the elements, you want to clean it up from oils and other things that will inhibit the bond. Or something like this, the concrete and asphalt cleaner. Again, I don't need to do it right now, because first of all, it was under another layer of concrete, and I have done some of the clean regardless. But once you put this in, you will need to scrub it with a brush, and I'll still want to do that to remove all the pieces and small dust and whatnot from there. And to get rid of the dust and anything else that is still around there, you may use the leaf blower or vacuum cleaner or something like that before you will wet the surface so it doesn't stick out. Alright, that's done. And you can see there's a lot of dust I could blow from out of the surface, but most of that, in all fairness, was coming from the joints where it doesn't really matter. So, right. So the next step is going to be actually taping. I'm going to do wetting the surface as a last thing before I actually put the patch. And basically I'm going to use pretty much the cheapest tape that I can find, because that's really not critical. It's just hooking up. It's not it doesn't have to be painter's tape. You're not really painting on top. It doesn't have to seal very well. It just needs to protect the surface and hold whatever I'm going to attach it to, which is probably some kind of plastic bag or plastic film. So yeah, something like that. That's unopened, so that's nothing to it. What I would also like to do is to put the backing rod temporarily, before putting the concrete, into the joints, so that then we're going to be putting the edge on top and going to be traveling it. It doesn't fall and fill in the gaps. It should stay here. So I'll get my backing rod. Yeah, that's basically your regular backing rod. That's 3/4 available at any hardware store. Alright, so backing rod is in place. As you can probably tell, on the narrow seam it was a little bit too wide, so I had to really squeeze it in. For the wide seam it was clearly too wide for this backing rod. I mean, they are available in different sizes, but again, that's the backing rod that I had, and that worked quite fine. So you can just do the twisting of two strands, or even more if you really need to, and yeah, that would work just fine for pretty much any application for the backing rod. Alright, so let's continue taping. And now for some extra work surface protection, because we're going to be traveling and I don't want extra concrete to get all over the driveway. I'll put some plastic film on this side because I'm going to be traveling this way. And yeah, that may sound excessive, but yeah, trust me, I mean, I don't know, if you're not somebody who does this for a living, I never regretted putting in more masking and surface area protection than I wanted. And the opposite was certainly true. There were many times when I was like, damn, I should have just put a little bit more masking tape or a little bit extra film, and that would make cleanup so much easier. Well, fixing your mistakes, because that's also going to happen. So again, I can get some plastic tarp or anything like that, but you know what, I didn't really have anything like right now. So the only thing that I have which works just fine is the garbage bags or outdoor bags. Works well, and I'll just put them in. Alright, and that's done. As you can see, I just got 3 large plastic bags, taped them in with the masking tape, and now this surface is protected. Nothing's going to go to it. The cleanup is going to be much easier. I don't have to be as careful as I would have to if the protection wouldn't be here. And yeah, that makes life so much easier. All at the price of the little bit more time up front. So there we have it. And the next step would be moving towards actually mixing our concrete mix and doing the actual patch. Alright then, so I'll make a cut here and we'll get to this next phase. See you.